I'm in the yard at Martorano. Report to the warden's office. I said, oh, no. I go to the warden's office. He says, did you call your lawyer today or you call your family? I says, no, I'm busy. You know, I got this thing in the yard. He said, you got to call. Something's going on. I said, oh, did somebody die? He says, no, I think it's something good, George. So it was a big desk. So make the call. So I called my lawyer, and he says, I have your release order in my hand. I said, what? She says, yeah, I got your release order signed by Judge Prater, but we can't release you today because the paperwork won't go through till Monday. So you won't be released till Monday. So now I got Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, there's two old-timers that I looked after, two old mob guys, that they were procrastinating bringing their paperwork. I says, bring me your paperwork so I can do this motion. Now I know I'm getting out. I don't want to leave these two old mob guys hanging. So I went to them. I said, give me the paper. Give me the paper. I'm out of here. So all I did was Saturday and Sunday, I had to type the stuff up and address it right, get the legal envelopes, put the stamps. I had to get all that done. I figured, now I can maybe enjoy myself, you know. In jail, they got what you call moonshine or hooch. I didn't drink hooch. It was too rotten. Kills your stomach. So I figured get a little moonshine, you know, get a couple buddies, a little party, going away party, enjoy myself. So then finally I got all that done. Finally, I said, let me go find a little spot. I found a little spot in the yard. And I was thinking about, man, after 32 years, I'm going to finally be out of here. And I started crying. Man, I started crying. I couldn't believe it. But no, I don't want nobody to see me cry. Now, the next day, the warden, he's at my cell. He says, listen, I'm walking you to R&D. I'm shutting the whole compound down. Everybody wants to go. I can't send 300, 400 guys. I said, Warden, don't do that. I said, if you want to lock them in the cell block, but don't lock them in the cells. I says, I don't want that. He said, all right. Puts the order. So now me and the warden's going across the yard, and hundreds of guys are at the window. Hundreds of guys are banging. Boom, 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 boom. Staff are outside the cell blocks. There's usually about 4, 5 staff for each cell block. They're out waving. So now I finally get to R&D. All the perimeter trucks, the cops, you know, and they're beeping the horns. Everybody was glad to see me go. I love weed. Got me life, no parole. So now I go to jail for 32 years and I can't smoke weed. There was weed of every jail I went. Every friggin' jail I went. But I couldn't smoke it because I had so much credibility with my classes. I had so many prisoners' license in my hands trying to get them home through programming, court decisions. So I couldn't smoke, but this is a great story. After doing 32 plus years, you come home, I had 3 years paper. So I got my lawyer, very prominent lawyer, suit and tie, and I go to the probation office in Philadelphia. And go into the office. There was a woman, I forget her name. He said, sit down. My lawyer sits, she sits, I don't sit. I'm only out of jail 72 hours. I don't sit. I said, let's get to the chase here. If you're going to give me your analysis, I put my arms out, and I said, send me back to jail. She went, what? I said, you heard me. If you're going to give me your analysis, send me back to jail. She said, excuse me, she ran out of the office there, disappeared. In other words, I'm telling her, I did 32 years. I ain't smoked a fucking joint, but I did 32 years for real. I am smoking. I am smoking. Sure enough, my lawyer looked at me. He's sitting, and I'm standing. He said, I never knew what kind of man you were until today. You're out of jail 72 hours, and you're saying they're sending you back. I said, that's right, send me back, because I'm smoking weed. From this meeting on, I'm smoking weed. He said, I never knew you were that kind of man. So she comes in, poor woman, Mr. Martorano, no urinalysis. No urinalysis on your probation. Then I sat.